Today on the channel is the return of the Kyle Peterson Top 10, and today, in honor of 43,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, we finish up our San Diego Comic-Con coverage for 2024 with my top 10 favorite San Diego Comic-Con exclusives from this year.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 10. A Thursday tradition here on the channel is we're usually doing a top 5. However, this week and other weeks, we're doing a special top 10 video in honor of 43,000 subscribers on this very YouTube channel. Got to thank each and every one of you guys and gals for subscribing to the channel. And today in our special top 10 countdown, we're counting down my 2024 San Diego Comic-Con top 10 favorites. Now, this could be from any exclusive from San Diego Comic-Con 2024, kind of putting a bow on the coverage, basically a month's worth of coverage between unboxings, coverage of the con, and the top 5, top 10 lists as well. A lot coming out of San Diego Comic-Con, as we do know, and a lot of good exclusives. Nothing that absolutely just blew me absolutely away, but a lot of good stuff was shown, and a lot of good exclusives were purchased by myself as well. One little asterisk with this top 10 list, and I'm not even really at this point feeling like counting it as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It is the Mattel Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels. Now, it is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I guess you could pre-order it at San Diego Comic-Con. However, it was not for sale actually at the show to purchase. It's going to ship, I think, sometime this fall, and I'm going to put that conspiracy hat on. I'm putting it on. Do we got Jesse on the line? Jesse?
You ever wonder if they're watching your every move? Cell phones, internet, surveillance. Think about it.
Yes, Jesse Ventura involved once again, but I'm calling conspiracy on this Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels, and I'm wondering to work with me, stay with me here. We remember last year the Ali exclusive didn't set the world on fire. I told you guys all about it. I said this isn't going to sell so hot. A lot of people love Ali, but how many people that love Ali buy action figures? Not a lot. And how big of a disconnect is there between wrestling and boxing fans? Well, apparently a lot bigger, especially going back to a Muhammad Ali. Maybe if it was something more current like a Mike Tyson, we could have sold a lot more, a DX crossover, something like that. But Muhammad Ali obviously didn't resonate. They made a lot of product. It is still available well over a year later at this point. I do wonder if Mattel said, wait a minute here, we better take this order, because nobody has these outside of a few different media outlets and influencers out there that did get an early edition of Shawn Michaels. I almost wonder, putting that conspiracy hat on, did they sit back and wait till San Diego Comic-Con weekend was over, found out how many orders were needed, and then they sent their order over to the China factories or whatever? They've already got it started. They've already got it rolling. They said, okay, we only need 15,000 of these, or whatever that magical number could be. I don't know, just a conspiracy theory, but you won't see that on my top 10 countdown because it wasn't even available at San Diego Comic-Con. You don't even have it. We don't have it here. How do you even rate it? It's going to be a fall exclusive. It's a harvest season exclusive, right for pumpkin season, right for Thanksgiving. That's what that Shawn Michaels is. But this top 10 is stuff we unboxed, stuff that was available at the show to purchase, and that's what we're going to dissect right here. Of course, we're going to start at number 10, work our way to number 1, number 1 being the most favorite from 2024 San Diego Comic-Con. Of course, this is my list. Put your list in the comments down below. So without further ado, let's get after it. Let's start it off at number 10. All right, we start the top 10 countdown off, and we start it real hot with our friend Todd McFarlane from the couch. We go to a character I'd never heard of before, and they did have the regular edition and a platinum edition for sale at the convention. Unfortunately for me, every day I was too late to get the platinum. Thankful for DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC, easy for me to say. I did order one from their website later on, so that was really good. But who are we talking about? We're talking about the black version of Agent Liberty. A poor man's Captain America. I don't know if I'd go that far, but a cool, neat-looking figure here. Definitely something different. Not sure this would set the world on fire, of course, on regular retail. It really did feel like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive because, hey, guess what? It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but a very cool one. A new new character for our shelf, a bit of a deep cut, and even deeper for someone like me that wasn't familiar with the character. This is what you want at a San Diego Comic-Con. You'll probably hear me say that a lot throughout this video. You don't want to get too crazy. You don't want to give some version of Superman that everybody wanted. The deaths of Superman. We don't want the Doomsday from that. Something somebody really, really wanted. You got to have something ancillary, something that fits in with the con, things like that. And we did get that with Agent Liberty here. Of course, it is full on, you guessed it, huge Striper fan. Costume, of course, right here with old Agent Liberty. So a very good figure, fit the bill for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from McFarlane Toys. Coming in at number 10, Agent Liberty. We're feeling fine at number 9, and once again, we go to Todd McFarlane from the couch. It's the Todd McFarlane Show here today for another DC Multiverse McFarlane Toy exclusive at San Diego Comic-Con. This time, it is the statue Superman. Now, Superman, a huge heavy hitter. People want their Superman figures. I totally get it, but something like this, once again, feels right for a convention exclusive. It's basically just a Superman figure all in gold to represent his statue. This works for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It's a known character, but a super deep cut, and let's be honest, this would not set the world on fire at traditional retail. Remember, we used to get McFarlane exclusives of Flash and Wonder Woman all in gold. Nobody wanted those, and they were even rare. Nobody wanted them. That's how this one would be. So a limited quantity available at San Diego Comic-Con worked really well for this Superman, and that's why it's coming in here at number 9 on my top 10 list. We're feeling great at number 8. We leave the Todd McFarlane train, maybe for good. We'll see what happens in this countdown. But we're at number 8, and we're going to one of the hits of the convention last year. It is one Jada Toys. It's not the Jada Street Fighter figures. It's the Jada Flaming Hot Cheetos glow-in-the-dark Chester Cheetah. You know me, I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark figures. I like the Chester Cheetah we got last year, of course, the regular version. Now we got the repaint with the glow-in-the-dark Flaming Hot. Just think that is really cool, and the Jada Toys mascot line is amazing. I love that Tony the Tiger they showed off this year. Would love to see a lot of other favorites. Got to imagine we'll get more of those in the future. But you put some glow-in-the-dark plastic together, you throw it out there with a property I love, I'm here for that. Chester Cheetah looking real good, coming in at number 8 in the top 10 countdown. We've hit the number 7 spot in our top 10 countdown, and did somebody say glow in the dark? Yeah, I did in number 8. Well, we're back to glow in the dark at number 7. This time, coming from our friends over there at NECA. Always want to say Universal Monsters, but not technically, but adjacent, we'll call it. It is the glow in the dark Nosferatu. Of course, you know me, I love my Universal Monster horror, my NECA horror figures, everything in between, especially Nosferatu, which is still one of the creepiest movies of all time. It's just something about the silent movie aspect and just a different take on Dracula than the Bela Lugosi version, of course. And last year we saw exclusives in this line in the glow in the dark from different toy fairs. Saw it at New York and San Diego Comic-Con. This year we got Nosferatu, which I think does work. I think that's the way they should go going forward, is have these exclusives. Don't put these at regular retail. We know the Mummy and Frankenstein, Dracula, they didn't set the world on fire. Perfect place for these is as an exclusive to a convention, and that's what this Nosferatu is. Looks really cool, gonna be really cool. You put him with the Monsterizer, put him with the other glow-in-the-dark characters, he fits in pretty good at that point. And I love me some monsters, especially a wayward vampire in Nosferatu, coming in at number 7. We've hit the number 6 spot of the countdown, and the number 6 one, I wasn't too excited about when it was first announced, but once I got them out of the package, once we reviewed them on Kyle Peterson 2.0, check out the review if you missed it, and make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel. I really did enjoy these a lot more, especially outside of the packaging, but I will say it did have nice packaging. Once again, we return to our friends at NECA. We go to the original versions of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course, Eastman and Laird's edition. These were a lot better than I anticipated them to be. I was like, it is what it is, not my Ninja Turtles. But getting them out of the package, seeing the accessories, seeing the looks of them, seeing the feel of them, I really did enjoy these way more than I thought I would. I would really call these the sleeper toy of the convention, I would say. Just very, very nice. We do know there's a white version coming in the future, so I guess we'll stay tuned for that, of course. But looking very, very nice right here is these Ninja Turtles. Once again, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 2024. The original sketch editions, whatever you want to call them, coming in at number 6. We've hit the halfway point of the countdown. You got your list together. Put it in the comments down below. Of course, put them in order. That's the hard part. That is the fun part. But at the number 5 spot, this was a cool looking figure. I admired it from afar. I admired it in the pictures when it was announced. But I said, I'm not buying this. I'm not getting this one. However, you know what happens. Sometimes you see them. You're at the convention. You're on the floor. You're checking it out. You just say, you know what? I'm here. I want to represent that I was here. I'm going to pick this up. This was my introduction to the line as far as holding in my hand. And I'd seen them back in the day. I see them at Target stores right now. What are we talking about? Well, we're going to the Street Sharks 30th Anniversary Edition exclusive Ripster in leather jacket. A very cool figure for what it is. By no means am I going down a Street Shark road, but I said, hey, I'm at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. This is going to represent my time there, and I want to see what all the fuss is about with the Street Sharks. And out of all the Street Sharks I've seen so far, this is by far the coolest looking one here. I love the jacket, love the boots, love the glasses, love the accessories, love the packaging on this one. Just a very, very nice figure, all things considered here. Definitely was worth a pickup for me. Really did enjoy this one, and this is pretty much it for me in my Street Sharks collection, but a very nice one to have in there. Coming in at number 5 is Ripster from the Street Sharks. Working our way through the countdown, now we're at number 4, and for the first time on this countdown, we go to our friends over there at Super 7. Yes, Super 7, their Ultimate Edition line is where we're going, and we're going to Thundercats, but we're going to my boy Grune, aka Ghost Grune. And something about Grune I always enjoyed, even as a little kid. My favorite villain, or sometime Thundercat, I guess at one time. Just always liked him. We've had 2 in the past. Now we've had 3. He can square off with your Ghost Jaga. Just really, really like this one a whole lot going into it and getting a clear translucent plastic. Once again, I'm a sucker for that. I just think this Grune is very, very nice. Good weapon selection. Good color with the clear weapons as well. Just a very, very fun figure, and once again, really fits the bill of a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. One that you don't have to have. If this was the regular Grune, people would be up in arms. Why does it have to be an exclusive? But to be a 3rd edition of Grune in translucent plastic, I think that works pretty well from where I sit. You guys know right here at this table for a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and that's why Grune Ultimate Edition Super 7 comes in at number 4 in my top 10 countdown. Next up, coming in at number 3 in my top 10 San Diego Comic-Con countdown is a newcomer in the last year or so, but one that stole my heart like a young Rio and is yet to let go. What are we talking about? We're going to San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Major Bendy's Big Rubber Guys. 1 of 1,000 Nature Boy Ric Flair Bloody Edition. Of course, you know by now me here on this channel. I'm an old school LJN guy. As a little kid, absolutely loved it and always dreamed of having a Ric Flair, and now we got one as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Now, this is the bloody variant. We do know we got a blue tight one, a red tight one. Got to get the most out of your molds with this Ric Flair, and we got more coming. But I'm a sucker for a bloody figure. It goes back to the thing, hey, there's regular editions coming. This is a variant for San Diego Comic-Con limited edition with a little bit of blood on it. Makes a lot of sense, and it is a fun exclusive. One I'm very happy to own, and it's a figure so nice I had to buy it twice. I got one to keep on card as well. So coming in at number 3 for me, Big Rubber Guys, of course, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. We're down to the final 2 in the countdown, and we're at number 2 right now. And number 2, we head to our friends over there at Mattel. And this one, I got to walk back a little bit because there was frustrations. There was people a little upset with this one, myself included, as for whatever reason, I could not get in to purchase this one. Thankfully, a little later on, they had open stock at the place. I did get to pick this one up for my collection. But who are we talking about? Well, we're going to Masters of the Universe. We're going to Eternia. We're going to Too Bad, 2-pack, whatever you want to call it. We're going to the cartoon collection line. So first off the bat, though, I really wish this was part of the Origins line, as we're desperately needing Too Bad in Origins. Have to imagine we'll get that eventually in the future. But we did get Too Bad for the cartoon collection, and this did upset some people because it is limited, and it is deluxe figure, as we know. But it's also not a simple repaint, things like that. This is a core character, I guess you'd call it, for the bad guy side, and a lot of people will feel incomplete if they don't have this in their collection. So not sure if we'll see more of these in the future. Will they do another run of these? We've seen that in the past sometimes with other San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Not sure if we'll see it with Too Bad here, but I know people missed out. Like I said, I missed out, and if I wouldn't have happened to be at the show, being able to go up to the booth and get one when they were kind of free for all overall, I wouldn't have got too bad. I would have had to go to eBay, something like that. So even getting to go to San Diego Comic-Con, paying all the money to get there, you're not guaranteed that you're going to get these things. That's just the way it goes. It is a great figure, or figures. It does confuse me a little bit because part of me wants 3 of them. I want 1 mint on box, of course. I want 2 loose, and then, of course, the combined loose. I want that as well. So really difficult wrapping my head around this too bad here, but a very fun set from the comic book, the packaging to the figures itself. A very good set right here. So good, in fact, comes in at number 2 in my top 10 list for 2024, which means there can only be one. What is it? Stay tuned. We've reached the number 1 spot in my top 10 San Diego Comic-Con figures of 2024. Do you got your list together? One last time, put it in the comments. Put it in order. That's the hard part. That is the fun part. And then, of course, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We'll have another top 10 list when we hit 44,000 subscribers. Hope to see you guys and gals once again when we do hit that. And we're dangerously close to 5,000 over on Kyle Peterson 2.0. So subscribe to that channel if you haven't done so already. But without further ado, let's get down to the number 1 spot. And you guys probably know what this is, but the number 1 figure I have wanted literally since I was a little boy. I've been wanting this in action figure form. It is controversial in the world that it belongs to. Some people love it, some people don't like it. Really does make it a perfect Comic-Con exclusive. However, there was a lot of upset people about this one, as not everybody got one of these. A lot of people were mad that they were limiting them to 3, or was it 4 or 5? I can't remember what it was, but people clearing them out. Have to imagine, I think we'll see another run of this in the future. We'll see what ends up happening there. But I was once a man, just like Cobra Commander. It is the Once Was a Man Cobra Commander San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, an all-timer of a figure. Now, I am totally biased about this one. Like I said, I've wanted this since I was a little kid. The G.I. Joe movie was a defining pillar of my childhood. I remember not even knowing it was coming out, going to my local grocery store, and they had VHS tapes for sale at my grocery store, or for rent, I should say. And I'm just happened to look there, I'm perusing, and I see G.I. Joe the movie up there. I could not believe my eyes. I did one of these kind of things. Am I seeing this correctly? I rented that thing so fast. I think we got it for 2 days or whatever it was, 2-3 days. I think I watched it on loop around the clock. It was amazing. The opening of the movie, the story arc to the movie. I love the science fiction Nemesis Enforcer. I love Sergeant Slaughter, my boy Flint leading the charge. Duke doing Duke things, almost getting everybody killed, letting Falcon into the mix, taking that spear. It was just everything you could ever want in a movie when you're like 5 or 6 years old. It was just an absolute game changer. And I remember Cobra Commander, his story arc throughout that. Thought it was so cool. I would play that at home with my figures, but I never had the Cobra Commander to play it with until now. I can finally have my war. I can finally bring this Cobra Commander into the mix. Maybe not, but better late than never. That's what we're going to say about this one. Fabulous packaging, fabulous accessories. Is it perfect? No, but it's close enough to be dangerous, and it feels like it's closing a gap in one of my childhood wants, my most wanted childhood wants. That makes it extra special to me. So the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Commander San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, coming in at number 1 in my heart and maybe yours in this top 10 list. And that's it. That's my top 10 list. Let me know your list in the comments down low. Of course, subscribe to this channel, as I did say. Check out the Patreon for early access to this video and all the videos from both YouTube channels. We got content every single day over there. And best of all, it's the best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at PressTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for San Diego Comic-Con 2024, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.